How would the world react if Yujiro disappeared?
That's a question.
This is a question from my friend Maxwell, and it is actually something very interesting. So let's talk about it. Yujiro is the strongest creature on Earth, and he is also a mega celebrity. After defeating the United States on his own and fighting his son Baki, Yujiro became a celebrity known in every corner of the planet. Let's imagine that this man suddenly disappears without a trace. How would the world react to this news? But more importantly, how would Baki and Jack react? Suppose Yujiro disappears in the same way as his father. No one would know what happened to him. Death would not be an option as this guy is practically invincible. Not even a deadly disease could defeat him. But suppose that, against all odds, someone manages to kill Yujiro. I don't know, suppose someone manages to create a poison to kill the ogre. Or maybe they create a weapon capable of piercing Yujiro's heart. Let's suppose that somehow this happens. And I'm saying this hypothetically because there is always some smartass who comes to say that this is impossible because Yujiro is invincible and stupid things like that. Dude, it's just a theory, don't get so crazy. But well, let's get on with it. The first to realize this would be Baki, since being Yujiro's son, he should have some kind of connection with him. Stratum and Mitsunari would also be the first to receive the news, as they are people who are in close contact with the ogre. The news would quickly spread around the world and would be the most talked about topic. All the countries that were previously forced to sign peace agreements with Yujiro would feel free to act as they did before the ogre appeared. The United States would be the main beneficiary and also the main suspect of having carried out the mission to end Yujiro Hanma's life. But leaving aside the political consequences that this fact could bring, let's talk about how Yujiro's two sons would take the news. Baki would have mixed feelings because he doesn't really hate his father anymore. Let's remember that after the father and son fight, Baki released all the hatred he felt against Yujiro and started to respect him as a fighter. I'm not saying that Baki feels sad to the point of crying over this, but without a doubt Yujiro's death would be something that would leave him in shock. In his eyes there should be no one capable of defeating the ogre. Even he wasn't able to defeat him, so this would leave him in total shock. Imagine how Baki would feel after someone else got what he couldn't. On the other hand, we have Jack Hanma. Although it may not seem like it, he would be the one who would suffer the most from the loss of Yujiro. Let me explain why. Let's assume that Jack wakes up one day and finds out that someone ended his father's life. Undoubtedly, this would be something that would disturb him to the point of making him cry. Jack would cry but of rage because he had been deprived of the opportunity to fulfill his revenge, the revenge he had been preparing for all his life. Come on, he hadn't even had the chance to challenge Yujiro, and now that was going to be impossible. Jack would probably go out and take it out on the first guy who crossed his path. Who knows, maybe Jack could go into a moment of madness that would lead him to challenge his brother Baki to a fight. This would help him to release all of his anger. After a few days, a possible scenario comes to mind. Baki and Jack would be so unmotivated that they would stop training for a while. They would lose interest in getting stronger, not to the point of falling into a depression, but they would surely be very unmotivated. And well, after a while they would surely get over this moment, and who knows, it wouldn't be far-fetched to think that both of them could join forces to take revenge on those who defeated Yujiro. Doppo and the others would also be very surprised, but not as much as Baki and Jack. Surely the other underground arena fighters would still be training because if someone was able to eliminate Yujiro, the same could happen to them. This is just a theory, but doesn't seem too far-fetched. However, nowadays it is almost impossible for anyone to be able to defeat Yujiro. Not even an entire army could do it. But if this really happened, it would certainly be an event that would completely change things in the Baki universe. But well, this is just my opinion. Don't forget to leave me yours in the comment box. Tell me what you think would happen if Yujiro disappeared from the face of the earth. And well friends, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked it. I hope you have a nice day or night. See you soon!